welcome back to my channel. So here we are in the middle of a pandemic. It's very exciting, and it's Detroit Alley Cat, so what else do we have to do except let's get spooky. I kind of dressed the part today because I thought, why not? I really wanted to do some more spooky stuff, but apparently, while I was in the hospital, if you didn't know, I was recently in the hospital. I signed up for over 12, 13 different subscription boxes. So I've been trying to catch up, and I don't want to say it's a good thing that what's happening is happening, but it is definitely helping me get caught up. So I needed to take a break from the subscription boxes, and I wanted to talk about something a little more, dark, because a lot of dark stuff is going on right now. So I am in Michigan, if you didn't know, and we are currently up to 53 cases of the coronavirus tonight. Hopefully I'll have this posted by tomorrow. We'll probably have more corona cases going on down by the next day. I am actually in quarantine myself. I have a immune disorder called Behçet's disease, and I take immunosuppressants, so I have no immune system. So my family is unfortunately quarantined with me because we cannot be exposed to anybody, because the chances and likeliness of me doing good if I was exposed to that are pretty not good. But other than that, we've been doing okay. I'm a pretty quiet, solid... No, I'm not. I don't even know why I'm lying to you. I am a very friendly, all out there, talking to everybody type of person. I enjoy our neighbors. I enjoy our neighborhood. I enjoy talking to people. I'm very social. So this is kind of interesting for me. It's been nice getting almost a way for me to be in lockdown and actually relax and chill out for a little bit. But as you see, I can't do that, so I'm making videos. And I am dressing the part because I want to talk to you about this amazing house and hotel that I found here in Michigan. So let's not focus on what's going on out there. Let's focus what's going on in Michigan, or has happened in Michigan. And I'm going to tell you why I am dressed like Wednesday Addams. So I apologize if you see the video edit really weird. I actually do have a good old-fashioned cold, which is terrifying my family. So I might disappear to wipe my nose, but I am definitely coronavirus free. It's just a cold that still happens regardless of what pandemic is going to go on. So let's talk about this house that I want to talk to you about. My favorite type of haunted houses are not ones where people run around and jump out and scream boo, but they're the ones that actually have a very colorful background and are really interesting. And the nice thing about Michigan is we have a very, very long history. And the house that I'm going to talk to you about right now, and I'm going to look down, is called the Stimpson Hotel. And actually at one time it was called the Stimpson Hospital, and it's really very beautiful. And I am dressed right now like Wednesday Addams, and the reason for that is the Stimpson Hotel actually looks like the Addams family house. It is an Italian, I guess they said it was, I got notes. It was an Italian villa style home, and it just had the sprawling porch that wrapped around the house, or at least it did until it was fixed, or it's gone through multiple renovations. It was built in the late 1800s, and I actually have the date of it being built. It was built in 1870. and it was actually a hospital for 40 years, which is really strange to me because when you think about hospital, you think of like extremely large buildings that can hold like hundreds and hundreds of people, but this just looked like a gigantic house, and it was built to be a hospital. It was a very beautiful hospital, but I guess that's how they did it back then. As I did research into this house, there were over 3,000 people born there, or at least that's what the records are. And the Stimpson Hotel is actually located in Eaton Rapids, and that's that I actually wasn't very familiar with Eaton Rapids, so I looked it up, and that is actually near Lansing, and we have a lot of a lot of areas here in Michigan called Rapids this. We have something called Grand Blanc. We have Grand Rapids, Little Rapids, Rapids over here, Rapids over there. We are a state that is surrounded by different lakes, and we actually have a lot of rapids when you get right up there. So it was no surprise that there was a place called Eaton Rapids that I had never heard of, but it is actually right next to Lansing. And when it was built by two men, and one of the men's name was Mr. Stimpson, and there was another co-owner called Frank Blanchard, and there wasn't a lot of information about Mr. Stimpson. There was some, but there was more information about Frank Blanchard. Frank Blanchard actually ended up dying in the hospital himself. I guess he was a very friendly man, a nice man. He did a surgery, and he actually fell 3 floors down the elevator shaft and died right after he got done doing a surgery on somebody. So that was something that was kind of interesting. And as you read about this place, you find out that there were multiple deaths there. Spooky! Oh no. My dog's name is Spooky. He just came in here, and he's gonna go through my makeup. Like, I'm not even kidding. He goes through my makeup. And then he takes some of my makeup, if it's like, like a puff or something, and I'll take it out there, and he'll stare at my husband, and he'll negotiate what kind of goodies he will get for that. And he's a very smart dog, and I love him, and maybe one day we'll be able to get him on here, but he is a very grouchy dog, so I'm going to let him sit by my makeup and just watch to see what he takes hostage. So yes, back to Frank Blanchard. And what's interesting about Frank Blanchard, is that when people go to this place, they have, like, if they bring children or if a child stays there, they talk about seeing a imaginary friend, and it's always an older man. And I don't know. I mean, that would make sense if he died there. And this is reported by most of the children that stay at this hotel. So the interesting thing is that part of the information on Frank Blanchard said that he died within a couple months of the hospital opening, but I actually found out that he died in 1919. So he had to have been there for at least 20 or 30 years before he died, because the hospital opened up at 1870, and Frank Blanchard was actually a co-owner. So another thing is that after the Stimpson Hotel had been a hospital for 40 years, in the 50s and 60s, it opened up as an apartment complex for 4 different apartments, which I think would have been beautiful. We have a lot of colleges here in Michigan as well, so it probably wouldn't surprise me if there was a college up there. Lansing probably has a college. I didn't look that up, and I'm willing to bet some college kids probably stayed in there, but that's where a lot of the reporting of the hauntings came from. And what's interesting is that it's a very famously known haunted place, and people talk about hearing voices, laughing. There's reports of things moving across the floor, across the room. It just is something that's been reported for a very, very, very long time by all the tenants. And like I said, children have all talked about having an imaginary friend there that is an older man. I'm definitely going to try to fit in some pictures so you can see this place. It has always remained looking the same. And what is really neat is a young couple, and I really thought about myself when I read about this. They would drive by and they would look at this place and they would talk about how beautiful it was, but they could never buy it. And around 17, they bought it, and their intention was to turn it into a bed and breakfast. And that is actually what they did, and that is why it is now no longer the Stimpson Hospital, but the Stimpson Hotel. And what's nice about this couple, and I'm going to let you know this couple's name. The couple's name was Pam and Chris Sturgill, and they are who actually own it to this day. And it's really neat because they have had shows actually go to this hotel. They have had tours. They have had midnight tours. They welcome anybody who would like to go there and look at the place. And it actually has written down that they are interested in hearing any of the history, if anybody knows any more about it. I looked all over the place and found a bunch of different kinds of history, a bunch of different information about the building, and I compiled as much as I could. The thing is that you could actually go right now, it's open right now, and get a haunted midnight tour there, which I think is really neat, and it definitely looks the part. Unfortunately, due to the coronavirus, hopefully this will be not a big deal in 6 months, but they shut it down because of the coronavirus. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little information, my spooky Saturday that I didn't do on Saturday because we're having a pandemic, but I wanted to kind of start getting into the more spooky things that happen here in Michigan, or we just have such a big, rich history, and we have so many buildings that are so old and beautiful, and there are a lot of haunted places here in Michigan. For those of you that don't live in our state, we do Halloween to the extreme. Out of all the 50 states in the United States, Michigan actually has the most haunted houses, and we're known for our Halloweens. And when I say haunted houses, I'm talking about haunted houses that have haunted history, and I'm also talking about haunted houses that open up in October and you can go have someone jump in your face and scream. And I'm actually hoping to visit a bunch of those as well and do some interviews and show you the history. Stimpson Hotel. It was really cool to learn about a place that was once a hospital and that became an apartment complex and then became a haunted bed and breakfast. So if you are interested in staying in a haunted bed and breakfast, this is definitely the place for you to go check out. It is called the Stimpson Hotel, and it is in Eaton Rapids, Michigan. It's still open to this day. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little few minutes. Stay safe. Do the best you can during this time. I hope everyone out there is well and has enough food and everything is stocked up. I don't know what to say is appropriate right now. I just wanted to be silly and have some fun. Maybe in the next couple days I'm going to do a biohazard night or something like that. I am going to get caught up with some of my subscription boxes, and I'm going to have a whole week of NyQuil, and yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this show, please click the like button, subscribe, hang out with me, watch me grow as a channel, learn how to not be so cringy, I guess, and yeah, get better and better. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the comments that you guys have left. They keep me going, and I know that some of you are out there supporting this channel, which is awesome. All right, have a wonderful night and stay safe. Bye.